Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today we'll be looking at another post from a Chinese forum about the upcoming mutation.
From a duo's perspective, this mutation is much easier than last time's Breath of Destruction. You can check out last time's post on how to bug the aggressive deployment waves. I won't repeat it again here. I strongly recommend getting aggressive deployment under control. Otherwise, the invisible enemies will destroy your workers, which is quite disgusting. If the first wave includes fast enemies like Zerglings, they'll arrive at near the bot spawn point at around 3:30 and will enter your base before 4 o'clock. Besides making detection early, make a good SimCity to defend this wave. Any leaks later on can also be stopped so they don't attack your workers. In addition to putting static defense detectors at home in the expo, put some structures near the bot spawn point to prevent trickles from attacking the bots, since you're playing blind StarCraft. If your ally really can't keep aggressive deployment under control, or if you're solo ING, you should place structures near the bot spawn point to take care of those AD waves. You just need to keep AD under control. Put some detectors near the bots. As long as the enemy comp isn't too tough, this mutation isn't too difficult. Most commanders will do fine here, such as Solarite Celestial Best Buddy, Nova P1, Nova in one front, Army plus Raven in another Zeratul. Choose any prestige you want besides P1, Stukov P1. Queens not only provide detection for your units, but also your allies' units. He's the best support commander. By going mech, you won't have units all over the place, which will mess up AD, Kerrigan, Omegas or detectors, can stall. P2 can zap invisible units. P0 can directly slide over invisible units, etc. I'll leave the details to the pros. I originally wanted to see how embarrassing my solo that I did before was, but I realized that I can't watch it anymore because of the update. Fuck. The week after is microtransactions, missile command, and mineral shields on lock and load.
Raynor, you must leave energy in your orbital commands for scans. Scan your main army immediately once you hear AD triggering. If you're going mech, such as P3 Vikings, Banshees, and BCs, you can make more OCs and leave the repairing to the mules. Kerrigan, the most crowded mutation for AD. Airdrops are like this. As long as your Omega networks keep going, Amon will have to think about where to drop his stuff. After they come down, they still have to deal with not knowing which Omega the Ultras, Hydras, and Lings will come out of. They might even get bullied by Mutas. Artanis make lots of observers. Dragoons and spinning zealots. Mass gateways and the job's done. Zagara, F2A. You can tell your ally to make a few extra detectors. Swan, quickly make a Wraith or Science vessel and have it follow your ally's army. Between AD waves, clear out encampments and mass towers there. Salvage the towers in areas where the enemies won't ever pass by again. Carracks, make towers and have fun. If possible, make the towers in places where the harvesting waves will intersect. Abathur, 6 UEs and mass swarm hosts and overseers. Aledak, Fe Ikia. Destroy everything in your path. You can't use static defense to defend, but your ally can. Stukov, you are a queen. Aside from being too far along the tech tree, everything else is fine. You can mass bunkers or go mech. Just remember to make extra overseers and give them the symbiote from the queen. Once a unit has the symbiote, it will become a Zel Naga overseer. Han and Horner, you probably didn't think that my Raven can also cosplay as an overseer. Seriously though, they can just F2A and clear the map. Why isn't this considered a tower commander? Nova, high-tech building destroyer squad is here. There's nobody that would use Nova and not know how to attack, right? D-Haka, make a few more primal worms. No biggie. Phoenix, move observers ahead in advance or F2A. Tychus, F2A, raise buildings or lone wolf Sirius. You can be this confident if you are a detector. Zeratul, Zelnaga observers save everything. Unbeatable. Mengsk, rain troopers from the sky and instantly build structures. Even if you don't squeeze together, you're going to make Imperial witnesses, right? 100 gas to purchase an attack speed buff in a wide range is well worth it.
For Swan, science vessels don't interact with aggressive deployment. If you just want to bug the AD waves, fly a paper plane to the lower right corner. Carracks can do the same with a Mirage. By doing this, your AD waves won't spawn. As long as you don't make new units that would trigger AD, you'll be fine. That's because after you bug the AD waves, the strength of your AD waves increases significantly. They just can't land.
So the science vessel really doesn't trigger AD? It takes 2 supply and can use Irradiate. How come it doesn't count as a fighting unit?
For details, check out the link to the wiki. The criteria isn't just whether or not it is a fighting unit. It also checks whether the unit has a weapon, including invisible weapons. For example, Han and Horner's Raven and Alarak's Havoc have a lock-on. Also, it has to take up supply. The most ridiculous is Mengsk's Medevac, because it has an invisible tank anti-air weapon, so it will trigger aggressive deployment. When it is in tank-evac mode, the Medevac is actually the one firing.
Awesome. Next time, don't carry a tank. Just carry an ESO.
Rumble in the jungle. Isn't it obvious that you should insta-lock our tannies?
Do observers trigger AD?
Observers don't have weapons, and the user above said that units without weapons don't trigger AD.
Not triggering AD I can understand. The most abstract thing is that it isn't a target for Hybrid Dominator's Yamato Blast. For comparison, none of the Ravens escape through sheer luck, including Amon's. The plain version of the Raven.
This must be the work of one of the programmers. Science vessels don't meet the conditions, so naturally they won't be targets for Hybrid Dominators.
This probably isn't simply an issue of sorting through the conditions. In the past, people in the wiki group tested this. Even if the science vessel were given the same tags as the Raven, it still wouldn't get hit by Dominators. And even after removing those tags from the Raven, it still got hit by Dominators. Another thing is that Dominators don't have some sort of complex condition filtering system. They only have 2. One is that it doesn't blast things with less than 130 vitals, and the other is that it doesn't blast structures that don't have a weapon.
And that's it for this post. What advice do you have for this mutation? Comment it down below and I'll see you next time.